Hey guys, welcome to the Diamond District. I've tried to record this video a few times now. The words just kind of keep not coming out the way I want, so I'm just gonna try it this way. Reality is brutal. Reality is tough. Brutal and severe in architecture means things that are essentially stripped down to its bare essentials, like exposed concrete. So reality is brutal because when you strip it down to its bare essential self, it always deals with results. Who are you? Where are you? What have you done? What are you doing? It always kind of comes to those things. And the human character is so filled with color, imagination is so filled with possibility that it's difficult to sort of quantify an individual with such hard details and data. But it's done all the time, every day, especially to men. Men are essentially quantified with, do you check these boxes or not? Do you do this or not? Are you this tall or not? And this happens to women as well. I think in a faster way, in a more dismissive way. Nobody really gets a fair shake. No one is trying to necessarily get to know you and see the golden potential that you have inside. And this really touches into so many different topics. The concept of like the desire for somebody to come and save you. And it's like, unless you are able to offer value or you have obvious value to the world, no one is going to do a single fucking thing for you. Unless you have established that you can do this and you can do that, it's like nothing is going to happen for you. You have to have tangible results that other people can see and judge you on and base you on, because that's the only way that you can make any type of progression in the world. Success, people achieve success, financial success, specifically because they're able to essentially provide a product or a service that is able to be monetized and they can put a dollar amount to it. High and low, you'll see that all the time. And to say that like an artist's work is invaluable because it just doesn't have a price to it is like the type of life and mentality that I love. But outside of that, where you actually exist, there is a dollar amount to that. There's this tragic reality of there's a dollar amount to a life. There's data and numerics and all this other stuff. Life really, at the end of the day, is what you make it. But even in the truth of that, it is brutal. It is brutal. It's what you make it based on what you do. And if you do nothing, your life will be nothing. You will amount to nothing. You will be a memory for a small circle, if that. This is why, like, I preach execution, I preach consistency, because at the end of the day, like, if you don't do what you need to do, no one's gonna care enough to like try to encourage you to do it. No one's gonna care enough to go out of their way to do it for you. They have their own things to worry about. You can look at so many different catchphrases where it's like, if you don't work, you don't eat. Brutal. And unless you have entered the workforce and you've been working for a long time, if you've experienced the period of not having a job and the period of having a job, it is day and night. You have to be a very strong person in your mind to endure the process of not working and not being able to feed yourself. So that way you can somehow make way for the ability to get a job. Like going without the reality of being poor, the reality of being broke, the reality of not being able to do what you want to do, it's heartbreaking. The reality of not being good enough is heartbreaking, it's gut-wrenching. But your reality is malleable, which means you can change it, you can mold it. But again, another brutal aspect of reality is you cannot change it without committing some type of action, without committing to some type of game plan that requires you to do something on a consistent basis that is aligned with elevating yourself. If you do not grasp the reality of that situation, your life is going to fucking suck, or it's going to suck worse than it already does. Because if you think things can't get worse for you, like I told my girlfriend the other day, you're never too anything for anything. Sometimes somebody will feel like they're too old to try again. Well, you're not too old to be worse than you are now. That's the brutal reality of life. Like, this shit does not stop. It can get better or it can get worse, but that's on you. And if you don't do what you need to do, nothing is gonna happen for you at all. And you may just end up being one of the millions and millions of people nowadays who just watch other people enjoy success. It's so easy to watch people enjoy success because you could just Google it. You could just type it in. But to create success for yourself, by the time you get there, a lot of times, like, people don't even identify that they're successful because they're so wrapped up in everything they had to do to get there and to maintain it that they have to be rewarded or reminded, like, yo, you made it. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess I did, but it's not what I thought it would be, which is another brutal aspect of life. It'll never be as amazing as you thought it would be. Whatever it is, the handsome man or the beautiful woman that you always wanted to be with or get with, it's never as amazing as you think it's gonna be. And a lot of times, like, we put every single thing on a pedestal that it's just gonna be this incredible, amazing experience. You make everything that you think valuable, valuable. You are the value provider, in a sense. No, you are the individual who is able to look at something and say, this has value to me. And society can say that this thing or this object is incredibly valuable, but you have to agree with that. And if you don't, then it means nothing to you. And it's the same thing for everybody else regarding you. You may have all of these things that you want to share, you feel like you have to offer, but the society or whatever industry that you want to get into can look at what you got going on and they can say, I don't really see much. I don't really see much. And that's gut-wrenching. But the most powerful thing exists in that. The most powerful seed exists in that is that you can get better. You can go to a higher level. You can change, you can grow, you can get stronger, you can get smarter, you can get faster. You can get wiser, you can learn something new. You can get better at this new thing. You can get better at the thing that you're doing right now that doesn't feel like there's a lot of traction, but if you keep going, it's gonna get better. Reality, life, existence, whatever terminology you feel the most comfortable with regarding just being alive. It is both beautiful and incredibly rewarding and also hard and crushing. But your ability to consistently move forward, adapt, and grow is going to always determine the quality of your life. But the most important, brutal aspect that you have to remember is that it's all on you. And if you don't do something, nothing is ever gonna happen. If you don't do something, nothing is ever gonna happen. Not only that, if you don't stick to something and then keep doing it, you'll never get the results you really want. And this, I'm not saying this like as though I'm where I want to be. I'm saying this to me while I'm saying it to you if you're watching this. You know, I believe that anybody who comes across any of my videos, bro, we're growing together. We're getting there together. And one day I'm going to be further along the path, because I don't even want to say I'm going to get there. There is no there. There is no made it. There's like, you determine what that is. And then even once you get there, you're going to have new goals. You're going to have higher sights. Like, it never stops. And it never will. And that's why even in success, you have to keep doing the things that got you there and probably go even harder. That's another brutal truth. But don't let the brutal aspect of life like discourage you. Understand that you're strong enough for it. You whatever it is that is inside you, you have the grit, you have the determination, and you have the will. And if you don't believe in yourself, still do what you need to do, and eventually you'll believe. Sometimes action needs to precede belief, because everybody can't just believe in themselves, and that's okay. But you know it's not okay? Doing nothing, because nothing will come from that. Nothing begets nothing, but something always begets something. Even the smallest thing, if done repeatedly, will always compound into some type of result. So if you don't understand this overarching brutal truth, or several brutal truths, however you broke all that information down, I don't really see you getting that far. And I don't see myself getting that far if I don't apply it all. I hope this helps somebody.